Straya, how are you going? How you going? You're right, you should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, at the moment it's Tuesday. Tomorrow it'll be Wednesday. That's hump day. Basically, the week's done. Like, just chill, you know? Why not? That's what we do here. That's right. Basketball. Give me the ball because I want to dunk it. Yeah! We've got some NBA Cup action tomorrow. It's all going on. This is NBA Straya. I'm your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios. What are we going to do today, Jim? Well, we're going to wrap up some of the games from today. We did yesterday's games on the little short YouTube wrap, you know, best and worst of the NBA today. So if you're not checking that out, please go do. And if you want to shout us a coffee as well, you can do that. Hit it up in the socials, in the show description as well. Get right around it. Help a brother out. But today we'll, you know, click over some news. We'll click around a bit of the 5 breakout players that I've enjoyed watching in the first couple of weeks of the NBA season, which is fun. We'll also do, obviously, the NBA Straya Daily Awards. And that's not an eye, old mate, no mate, Spud of the night, Than Lonzo Ball. We've got some quick nars and unpopular opinion of the day in Outback Takehouse. We'll look at the Aussies. We'll do an Andrew Gay's Great MAMBA Award. And then we'll pick and preview some games for tomorrow and Thursday. Sound good? Good. Great. Episode 1315 of NBA Straya. There you go. Let's go.
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gay.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Darcy Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the shark attack.
You better. Or you better watch out for the, I don't know, dusty weekend hangover. If your mate Jim. A couple of nights of Oasis. We went to see Phoenix and Wildcats on Sunday. Did the show Sunday night. Cup Eve here yesterday. Kids everywhere. Just chaos. I don't know. Fun though. All right. What about the daily? How do we start every show here, Jim? Oh, is it with some sort of whip around? Yes, it is. Not a giant amount of news. We're sort of hitting this nice little groove at the moment with the NBA. A couple of weeks in. Everyone, you know, we're back. We've got Amazon Prime debuting new things almost every time they show games, which is very cool. Did you see the hologram table, like something out of Star Wars? Playing Djarik or whatever that game was called. That was kind of neat. But anyway, the big news, I guess, in the moment is kind of injuries, right? So Brandon Spindles-Miller, Hornets, you know, nascent, good-ish kind of dude, is going to be out for a couple more weeks with his shoulder subluxation. Not great, but anyway, at least we've got a timetable-ish. He's going to be evaluated in 2 weeks, so fingers crossed he's back soon. Dylan Harper, the gun rookie for San Antonio, the San Antonio Banderas Spurs. He's been looking awesome, and he came down weird the other day on his left foot and sort of immediately was like, whoop, yeah, it's whoop. No, that's not good. And the worst fears were that it could be Achilles related. And you're like, but he's a rookie. Rookies have got the best Achilleses. And it turns out for the minute, it's a calf strain. So hopefully San Antonio is super duper careful with that calf strain. And he just put him on the shelf for as long as he needs to get back to 104, 100%. So, because Dylan Harper has looked awesome to start this season. He's a great fit next to Stephon Castle, next to Wemby. Just get him back healthy in a couple of weeks, in a month, whatever. There you go, San Antonio. But it just sort of sucks because he's really fun to watch and just makes that Spurs team really just that extra oomph of that was unexpectedly awesome kind of fun, right? And Ant-Man, in some good news, he's back doing basketball activities. So his initial timetable was 2 weeks. He's been cleared for basketball activities, but not to return to actually playing. So I'll probably give him another game or two, and then we'll sort of see how he's looking. The other nice little bit is that Jared McCain on the Philadelphia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6s, who look awesome, now actually might get another player back, which is kind of cool. I'm also like, hang on a second, is this going to screw up the VJ Edgecombe experience? Are we going to bring McCain off the bench? I hope so. Because Maxi's been awesome. VJ's been rad. Now you get a better bench scoring. Who knows what the Sixers could do? Embiid just plays whenever he kind of feels like it. Anyway, and that was, I guess, the other last little bit. So today, Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves didn't play for the Lakers because, I don't know, Luka's being managed in his return from his injury. It's a left finger thing and like a leg contusion. Why are we managing that? That's
MJ was right. Load management is for pussies.
And then the other one, I mean, Austin Reaves, he was like, dealing with a groin thing, apparently, according to JJ Redick. Sure. Hey, I wanted to very quickly hit on my 5 breakout players that I've enjoyed watching the most so far this season. Dudes that you kind of like, hey, I didn't expect that. And, it might not be chaotic numbers, etc., but they're just kind of like, there you go. So we're going to steer clear of rookies, but just hit on a couple of dudes that are kind of breaking out just that little bit into, I don't know, maybe not so much stardom, but just really carving out a pretty awesome sort of spot here. And obviously number 1 is the mop top MAMBA, Josh Giddey, who, and this is like one of the biggest nahs that people keep sending through at the moment. It's like, Josh Giddey, an all-star, Jim? Yeah, nah. I mean, rattle off the point guards in the East that are better than him. It's not a long list. It's like Maxey. It's, if you look at Maxey, he's obviously crushing it. Cade Cunningham, awesome. He's outplaying the shit out of like the dudes on Boston. It's Brunson who's awesome. Not much is really going on in Orlando or Miami or anything. So I don't know. Giddey's doing pretty bloody well. Just saying. But his averages already, the fact that he put up another triple-double the other day against the Knicks, essentially all I really wanted from the first month or so of the Josh Giddey experience for this year, post locking away a 4-year, $100 million contract, was simply, hey, the end of last season, can we just sort of maintain that and then use that as the springboard? And that's exactly what he's doing. The playmaking has been fantastic, but most importantly to me, the turnovers have been sort of like at least limited. I think the first couple of games are a little bit dicey, but outside of that, he's got a really good, feel for what's going on. He's looking after the ball a little bit better. And all he's doing at the moment is averaging a pretty lazy 22, 9, and 8. I was saying coming to the season, let's get a 16, 8, and 8. That'd be really good. An 18, 10, and 10 might be a little bit too. It's 22, 9, and 8 at the moment. That's pretty bloody good. So he only had 4 turnovers in that triple-double game against the Knicks. He had 0 the game prior when he had 32, 10, and 9 against the Knicks. So there's a couple to start off the season. But I don't know, as he's sort of getting used to this team, a couple of games against the Knicks, hasn't turned the ball over. Love that. But the shooting percentages are obviously through the roof. He's at about, 49% from the floor at the moment, 40% from 3. Will that maintain? Will that hold? We don't know. But fingers crossed. All it says is like from the back end of last season into the start of this season, the form is solid. He's hitting them down when he's there. Prove me wrong otherwise, right? Just keep hitting him. Number 2, Ryan Rollins. He has been absolutely fantastic. So the Bucks were sort of sitting there going, oh, we're cooked. We don't have Dame. Kevin Porter Jr. goes out. Ryan Rollins has just been like, oh, yeah, I'll help. it's not even so much breakout he's a star or going to be an all-star or anything. It's simply just like, holy crap, you're an actual NBA player. This is really, really good. Drops 32 and 8 against Golden State the other day in a pretty crazy win for the Bucks. Has 16 and 8 in their loss to Sacramento the other day. They get a great win over the Pacers today. He had 7 turnovers, but was pretty solid otherwise. The 25 and 4 steals against the Knicks. He has just sort of rocked up, gone, all right, we'll just sort of steady this ship for a bit. I'll be okay. She'll be right. He's looked the goods. I've enjoyed it. Ryan Rollins. Who expected the Ryan Rollins experience to start the season? Not too many of us. 18 and 5 he's averaging for the season. Number 3, you could say Lauri Markkanen is re-breaking out because he was shit last year, but he'd already broken out. He was already an all-star. What are we doing? But after being so shit last year, it's very nice to see him doing well again, isn't it? But it's going to be his teammate for me, Keyonte George, who I don't know if you're paying too much attention, but couldn't shoot for shit basically last year, would turn the ball over at a pretty crazy rate. This year, which would be his, I want to say, 3rd year in the league. That makes sense. I think last year was his 2nd year. He's improved the efficiency. The three-point shot is still only going at 25%, but he's shooting it a little bit better from the field. He's taking only slightly more, one more shot a game basically, but averaging substantially more free throws. And this is going to be the key thing for someone like Keyonte George at his size as a guard in Utah, who can step up and actually just be the guy who forces the issue. You need one of those dudes every so often, right? Especially playing next to Lowry and their weird collection of talent. If Keyonte George can be a dude who just gets to the rim, gets fouls, hits his free throws, that changes his game completely. So he's currently averaging 21.8 points a game and 8.8 assists. This is classic 3rd year breakout stuff for a guard. The problem is he's shooting 41.4% from the floor and only the 25% from 3. But getting to the line 9 times a game at the moment compared to 4.3 last year. That's a huge one for me. He's been really, really good. I like what I've seen. They got an awesome win over Boston today, what I'll get to in a second, but he's a breakout candidate right there. The other ones, look, Jaime Jacquez. He's had like a couple of weird games, but he's also had, I think, up until today's odd one against the Clippers, where he was solid. He had 6, 6, and 5. But yesterday against the Lakers, he dropped 31, 8, and 4. He's had a 21, 4, and 5, a 28, 4, and 5, 17, 10, and 6, 17, 5, and 5. Jaime Jacquez, if he's just sort of back to being like the sort of breakout rookie, looking pretty good, oh my God, Jaime Jacquez is good. And then he just sort of went to a bit of shit, a couple of health issues, whatever. If he's just good and healthy again, the Heat have like just a little bit more shit to him because he's the exact sort of dude who's got some shit to him. Love me some Jaime Jacquez. So, love that he's playing well. This Heat team, what are they, like 4-3 already? But the way that he can guard different positions, the way that he can sort of get... I do love a player who just sort of gets buckets in between buckets, if that makes sense, right? The dudes who just sort of pop out of nowhere, whether it be in transition, getting offensive boards and putbacks, just weird back cuts just for easy shit buckets that came from nowhere, right? The sort of lower... We're not grinding you into the ground, but that is just because of a high-effort player, that's a low-effort bucket. Like, I love that sort of stuff from my basketball players. Jaime Jacquez is number 4. He's kind of re-breaking out because he kind of broke out in that rookie year, but if he's bouncing back, we're laughing. And then the last one out of the 5, I was going to sort of throw... Like, Jalen Duren kind of broke out last year, the big man for the Detroit basketball Pistons. He's also just doing a really good job so far this season. He had 14, 9, and 3 today as they beat the Grizzlies. He had the career high the other day. But, you know, he's kind of already broken out. The other two I'm sort of throwing around. Breakout. Does Q Grimes count? He has been awesome for the Sixers. And, like, this is kind of the thing. You bring back Jared McCain. You've got VJ Edgecombe. You've got Maxey. Meanwhile, Q Grimes is throwing in, like, 18 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds, and shooting the piss out of it. He's at, like, I don't know, 45% from 3 for this season. He's looked absolutely unreal, doing all the shit they need him to do. Like, he had 13 assists and 6 rebounds against the Nets the other day. He was awesome. And you sort of like, you could always sort of see, he's only 25. It feels like Q Grimes has been in the league for 47 years. But he's 25. And he's kind of that dude that if he can find that role as that sort of 6'4", 6'5" swingman kind of dude. I mean, again, do the Sixers need Paul George? But they certainly need just good fucking players, don't they? And he is. So I love me some Q Grimes. The other one who was going to get the honorable mention is going to be Anthony Black, who it's not quite breakout candidacy right now, but he's getting there, right? He's getting there. He just has these little flashes when you watch the Magic, and I do watch a lot of Magic randomly. He had 20 points, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals against Charlotte the other day. That's good. He had 19 and 5 with a block and a steal against the Bulls. He had 14, 3, and 2 against the Sixers. 8 assists, 5 assists, 8 points the other day against the Wizards. He's sort of just turning into the dude that Orlando very clearly hoped he would be. Like, the shooting, it's still around the 31.8% from 3 mark, but but he's at 50% from the floor at the minute. They've upped his minutes just enough. The assists are coming. The defense is coming. Just keep an eye on Anthony Black. So he's an honorable mention. So the 5 breakout players so far: Josh Giddey, Ryan Rollins, Keyonte George, Jaime Jacquez, Q Grimes, with a bit of Anthony Black thrown in there and Jalen Duran just for good measure. All right, let's do some game wraps from today. All right, very quickly, because that's what we do now. We punch through these game wraps. Minnesota at Brooklyn. Yeah, Minnesota killed them. Brooklyn stink. Minnesota are 4-3, feeling all right. Brooklyn are yet to win, still 0-7. They're just terrifyingly bad. Terrifyingly bad. The Bucks hold on to beat the Pacers 117-115 thanks to Giannis Antetokounmpo. I hit a very nice game winner. Did you see that? 33-13. He crushed it. Pacers just play so hard all the time. They're 1-6, but they have pushed like just about all of these teams despite having like no dudes left. The Jazz beat the Celtics in an absolute thriller, 105-103. There's like fouls everywhere. Jaylen Brown's having a massive sook. Keyonte George had the 31. JB had the 36. Lowry, 20-9. Nurkic gets basically the game-winning sort of putback. That was absolutely bonkers. Filipowski was doing work. The Celtics, look, not a great Josh Minott night, 15 minutes and all that sort of stuff. But, I mean, the Celtics, when they're not hitting their threes in a game like this, right? So Jaylen Brown goes 0 of 9 from downtown. Derek White, still off his feed, 3 of 9 from the floor total. Just what's going on here kind of moments. Pritchard at least hit the threes, but Sam Hauser goes 1 of 8. You've just got 2 of 8 for Anthony Simons. They went overall 11 of 51. Now, I'm no math magician, but that's shit. Yep. Great win for the Jazz. They're 3-4. Boston dropped to 3-5. Thought they probably had that one, didn't they? Washington, New York, the Knicks stomped them 119-102. Look, you know, I thought the Wiz might put up a bit more of a fight. And Karl Anthony Towns went, not today, Jim. Is 33-13-5 on your head. I'm like, oh, fair play. 4-3, the Knicks. Wiz now 1-6. You had Dallas, Houston, which was a ripper. 102-110. The Rockets finally pull away at the end. Dallas really did fight. It was pretty cool. 29 for PJ Hamilton, Washington. He had 29 and 12. Klay Thompson. Yeah, he's not really lighting the world on fire. D'Lo sucked. Not a surprise. Cooper Flag, solid-ish. But yeah, look, just not enough to go with the Houston Rockets when you got 26, 11, and 6 from Albie Şengün, 27 for Amen Thompson. There's another breakout candidate, but he's already a star. We already know that Amen Thompson's a fucking gun, right? KD had 21, 6, and 5. Very nice stuff. Then you have Detroit, Memphis. This game rocked. Detroit 114, Memphis 106. Jar comes back. Cade Cunningham goes, that's cute. Then fucking straight killed them down the stretch. It was absolutely unreal.
He got straight killed.
How he went into dead set killer mode. 33, 5, and 8 for Cade. 12 of 20 from the floor. 3 of 6 from downtown, including 2 threes late that really just put the dagger into the Grizzlies, who put up a fight, got right there, back with them close at the end, and then Detroit just pulled away. I don't know. The Grizz still beset by injuries, but at least Jar came back. 18 and 10 for him today. Not bad, but still, I don't know. You know, just a bit fucking whiffy. Sacramento losing Denver 124-130. This took a bit from Denver. Sort of held them at arm's length for most of the game, and Sacramento just wouldn't go away. The Souvlaki King with 13, 17, and 5. Jokic goes, there's very nice. Here's 34, 14, and 7 fucking. Not bad. Aaron Gordon is just sick. He had 20 as well. Good win for the Nugs, 4 and 2. Kings 2 and 5. Bit brutal. The Lakers beat Portland, which was crazy. 123-115. Marcus Smart is your starting point guard. DeAndre Ayton had a revenge game that beat all revenge games. 29, 10, and 2 for Spud Ayton. He's like, I'm going to fucking kill Donovan Clingan and Robert Williams and everybody you throw at me. And the Blazers, look, Danny Avdija was awesome. He had 33, 6 and 2. They got 23 from Shaedon Sharpe. Drew Holiday couldn't hit a shot. He went 4 of 11. 18 for Jeremiah Grant, but they just couldn't stop the Lakers, who were starting Rui Hachimura, Jake LaRavia, Dalton Connect, Domin Ayton, and Marcus Smart in the year 2025. Portland, you're breaking my heart here. They're 4 and 3. Lakers moved to 6 and 2. Hello. And then finally the Heat outlast the LA Clippers. It was amazing. This game was absolutely off its head, wasn't it? Bam has 25, 10, and 4. You get the 21 from Norm. Norm Powell had a bit of revenge against his old team. Kalel Ware, 16 and 5 off the bench as well. Harden was really good off the, fast start. He had 25, 7, and 8. But you got 18 boards from Zoobs. Kawhi with 27. And then they just get beat. Hold on to the Heat. It was absolutely sick. After this big third quarter, they had scored them 37-24. They hold on to win. And there you go. That was absolutely bloody unreal. Enjoyed that game. Absolutely crushed it. Clippers had a chance to win it as well, but Kawhi missed a three-pointer at the buzzer. They were down by 13 in the third quarter. They got all the way back up even, and the Heat just sort of outdueled them down the stretch. Just kept their nose in front, got the win. That was fun. All right, let's do some NBA Straya approved performances of the night.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
That would be Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo, I did a very good job against the Pacers. 33, 16, and 5 with a couple of steals. But the real, that's not a knife, that's a knife. The game-winning buzzer beater, the step back from just inside the three-point line from Giannis, that was sick. What a game. He was so good in that one. There's like no way that Milwaukee, they blew a lead, they came back, they had a lead, they blew a lead. But with Giannis at least there, they got the win. That was bloody huge. Great job, Giannis. 14 and 21 from the floor. Crushed it. With honorable mentions, Jokic had a lazy 34, 7, 14, and 4 steals and 2 blocks. Holy moly. 14 to 22 from the floor as well for the Joker. Not bloody bad. How about a bit of Jaylen Brown, 36, 2, and 4? Pretty good, but they lost to Utah. Karl Anthony Towns, a zesty 33 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Cade Cunningham, like I mentioned just before, 33, 5, and 8, 3 turnovers. Carried them down the stretch against the Grizzlies. That was awesome. He is turning into a super duper star. And Beef Stew has got to get an honorable mention. What do you mean, Beef Stew, Jim? Isaiah Stewart, 26, 14, and 4. That was massive. He also did some dumb stuff, but he was all really good, so that was neat. Who was old mate no mates, though, today?
Old mate, no mates. Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Who's got no mates today? Jaylen Brown just out there. Can anybody else hit a bloody shot? It's also Jaylen Brown having a whinge about the refs. So before we get to Spud of the night, it's like, geez, these refs are pretty bad with none of these calls. It's like, I don't know, you didn't really help yourself with some of your shooting, Jaylen. Maybe your hair's on your mind. Waka waka. Man, you're going to get me fined. It's the fourth quarter. The whole staff blows the fucking call. Costs us the game. Unacceptable. And then they're telling me we didn't see it. It's some bullshit. Adam Silver is just like hearing all of this. He's like, excellent. That's a $50,000 fine for Jaylen Brown. Oh, the kids are going to have a bonus this year. Okay, Adam. Other old mate, no mates. Ja Morant. I'm not playing with joy. That's what the guns and money are for, you idiot. Miles Turner, old mate, no mates. He got booed by the Pacers fans. What? He's like, I'm closing a book as well as they're like playing the video tribute. So he's like kind of like a bit petty. Like, what are you, a teenage girl? Oh, I'm closing the book on my time here. Okay. Do you have a burn book about like Halliburton? Coach Carlisle? It was weird. But yeah, the fans also, why are you booing him? He gave you 10 years. He got you to the finals. Yes, he went and took some money from Milwaukee, but I don't know. That rivalry is also off its head now. Who is Spud of the night?
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Jaylen Brown bitching and moaning about the refs when he went 0 of 9 from 3. Fuck me dead. Jesus, Jaylen. Pull your head in, you sook. Bloody hell. 1 of 8 for Sam Hauser. What's going on there? 2 of 14 for Jalen Wells shooting today. 2 of 10 for D'Lo. Classic D'Lo. Just hits a big shot. I'm fucking D'Lo. And then doesn't hit a shot the rest of the game. Classic. Dallas fans already love him. And when I say love, I mean they fucking hate his guts. So, yeah, tracks. Hey, who shot 311 today, Jim? The day after International 311 Day, a.k.a. the real 311 Day, because yesterday was November 3, a.k.a. the 3rd of the 11th. That's right, it was Marcus Smart. Yeah! Woo! Chill on National 311 Day, International 311 Day. You love to see that. What about a bit of pantsing of the night? Karl Anthony Towns was like, you know who I hate? I hate Frenchmen. And it's like, okay, Cat. He dunked on Alexander. He worked him into the post, worked him some more, then turned around and fucking yammed on him. It was like, Jesus. I thought the French were the US allies. Like, what's going on here, man? That was, what are you, British? Fucking hate the French. That's Karl Anthony Towns next time. Yeah, Sarr got killed. He did get straight killed, didn't he? It was pretty crazy.
So he got straight killed.
All right, finally, better than Lonzo Ball, Bronny James, and Ben Simmons for today.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. He's coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Bronny James, he did such a good job. He played 19 minutes. He had 5 points, 6 assists, and 1 rebound. He shot 1 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 2 from 3. Aw, isn't that nice? Bronny James was okay. He's an NBA player. He got 19 minutes in a real-life NBA game. He got 5 points and 6 assists. Let's just fucking pump the brakes on him becoming like the next Chris Paul. Good on you, Bronny. But today, way better than that was Keyonte George's 31, 5 and 4, 9 of 16 from the floor, 2 of 5 from 3. I was really sort of hoping that Keyonte George would be doing this last year. Wasn't quite ready. If the efficiency can tick even further upwards, holy crap, look out. Pretty interesting stuff. And it's kind of like the Keyonte George breakout, the Lowry Markkanen rediscovery of what he's doing is really good because Ace Bailey has just kind of been dog shit. So, yeah. Good job, Utah. All right, let's take a quick break. Well, actually, let's hear from Nick Hexum from 311. I think that's there somewhere. Yeah. So a bit of Nick Hexum, a bit of 311, then some Yenars. Right after this.
Hey, what's up? This is Nick Hexum from 311, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
Let's do it. Yeah, Nas brought to you by you. That's right. You can shout us a beer. You can find the link in our show description or in the links in our bio. You can buy us a coffee, shout us a beer, help a brother out here doing this on my lonesome. Very much appreciate your help. You can also join the Dead Set Legends Club. I believe we're taping the next installment of the Dead Set Legends Club this week. So get your ears around that. You can join up. Go check it out. Buy me a coffee / NBA Straya. It's all there in the links in the bio, so go hit that up. Some quick, Nas, Matty O, the Prince of MSG, Josh Giddey. All-Star, I mean, probably. I mean, just look at the East. He, in terms of guards, Maxey, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Cade Cunningham. Oh, we're getting pretty LaMelo. That's kind of about where I'm at. That's six guards. If you want to get in the shooting guards, I mean, he's still right there, right? Because I feel like he'd be ahead of most of the Toronto dudes, anybody else sort of out there floating around. I'd say yes. And the Prince of MSG, the fact that like 2/3 of his games that he's played in his career at MSG has had a triple-double is just absolutely insane. He's also got the 3rd most triple-doubles in Bulls history. This is like the Andrew Gaze Gray MAMBA stat for today as well. Let's do that one. Andrew Gaze Gray MAMBA Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence coming in the middle of year Nas today.
It's the first
annual
Andrew Gaze Gray MAMBA
Outstanding Achievement. The Field of Excellence.
segments. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, in Chicago Bulls history, Josh Giddey now has the third most triple doubles for the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls, the storied NBA franchise. The Chicago Bulls, the storied NBA franchise? Yeah, that's the same one. Behind a couple of blokes named Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Yeah, that's something you can take to the bank to the tune of 100 mil. That's bloody awesome. How good does Josh Giddey go? Sticking on the Josh Giddey train, Benny L. Yeah, nah, Giddey for MIP, most improved player. Yeah, nah, I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, if you actually look at some of the awards odds at the moment for most improved player, and just in general, I mean, they're all a bit janky at the moment, but most improved player, he is the favourite. It's still quite large. So Danny Avdija is there as well. Buzelis is still there. Buzelis is like fine. Amen Thompson is probably the one I'm keeping my eye on. He's at 13 at the moment. Josh Giddey's at 750. Gids, with the ball in his hand this much, if the Bulls are actually just not shit, he could easily win it. Amen Thompson playing next to KD, though, on this Rockets team, if they win 54-plus games, that'll be the forefront of everyone's mind. For the minute, it's between those two for me. So Austin Reeves might put his hand up, but at the same time, he's going to have Luka and LeBron with him next to like all year. So that's kind of like sharing the spoils a little bit. But yeah, so for me, Gids and Amen Thompson are going to be battling it out. I absolutely love that, though. Isn't that cool? Like, it's just neat. Josh Giddey. If we can go back-to-back most improved players, Dyson Daniels and Josh Giddey, and that's our backcourt for the bloody World Cup and the Olympics, you beauty. Let's go. Righto. Was there any other ones? Oh, Luka and Reeves resting. Is this taking the piss? Yeah, nah. It is a little bit, like a week or two, but they still won, so I'm kind of like, oh, shit. That doesn't really matter now, does it? No. It does feel a bit like Austin Reeves, if he's actually dealing with like a groin thing, the last thing the Lakers actually need is for him to hurt his groin, and then he's actually out. So I can actually, in this instance where they're both already dealing with a couple of niggles, just go, right, just don't jump on the plane to Portland, stay home, we'll be back and get you in a couple of days. Right? So I'm actually all right with that. Unpopular opinion of the day. I'm going to press the button again. What's he doing? Go on, Jim, sort it out.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Love Ja Morant, but I kind of feel like Ja's hit a point around the NBA where it's more fun shitting on him than it is watching him. That's not a good balance, right? That's a bad balance because everyone's sort of now going, right, if you're kind of just a bit shit and you're a bit of a sook, guess what? We're going to fucking shine a bit of a spotlight on how bad you're playing at times. Like the outside shooting has been like a long time been a Ja Morant thing where it's just been pretty crap. And if he's suddenly not attacking the basket as much, his defense has always been pretty fucking slipshod. If he's arguing with another coach, and that's what this seems to be all about, right? Tua Masisalo explains how his philosophy a lot with this shorter rotations to essentially try to keep his players fresher for these long games. But that's the sort of weird dichotomy mix that we're going to try to deal with where superstar players a lot of the time, if you have the ball in your hands, the more involved you are in the game, the more comfortable you are, and you're sort of more figuring out what the opposition's trying to do to slow you down. So you feel more comfortable playing longer, 8-minute stints, that sort of stuff, or at least playing your more, familiar stints. So now this is all being changed up on Ja. You can see why the sort of back and forth with the coach might be a little bit fucky. So I don't know. But Ja basically has to hit this point, and this is, kind of Outback Takehouse, not really Outback Takehouse, but just fucking shut up and play good, right? Is that a flame grilled take? I don't know, but someone just should be, oh, Ja. And to be honest, I think he and Jock Landau did get into it the other day. Maybe it was Jock Landau just going, Ja, just shut the fuck up and be better. Play better, you dumb fuck. Come on. Because, and this will be the Outback Takehouse, I guess, because if you don't, guess what?
It's
Tuesday at Outback. You know what that means? Well, after the horse race at Stops a Nation, we've got a bit of a special on horse steaks. That's right. They're a bit gamey, bit tough, but I don't know, make you run faster or some shit. Check them out. Only at Outback. And today's Flame Grill take is the Boston Nets need to be throwing absolutely fucking everything at the Memphis Grizzlies to go and get Ja Morant. Go get your star, Nets. Only at Outback. The problem is all the Nets rookies. If the Nets had like any fucking sense going into this year's draft, remember how they had 5 first rounders? They used them all because they're fucking morons. And they've gotten sort of just shit players with those picks. Igor Demon, Benny Sarif, Danny Wolf. Like, I mean, it's just Drake Powell is already out injured for a bit. It's like, what? If you had have rolled a couple of those over into a future first, whatever, maybe you'd be able to go, hey, Memphis, we've got a fucking handful of these things. But no, you had to go and use 5 on shit players. Idiots. So I guess the Outback Takehouse might be, at some point, the Nets are going to go, oi, Sean Marks, what the fuck are you doing? At the same time, if they're tanking at the number 1 pick this year, everything's fucking all sorted. Right, quick Australian player watch. Let's do it. Not too many Aussies in action today. Jock Landale got out there, though, today in that loss to the Detroit basketballing Pistons. He had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, a career-high 4 steals, went 5 and 9 from the floor and 2 or 3 from downtown. Not bloody bad. Rock 'em, sock 'em, block 'em, jock 'em, Landale. Johnny Fefe also got out there against the Milwaukee Bucks. He played 13 minutes. He had 3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, and 1 of 2 from the floor. 1 of 1 from 3. So the one shot that he hit was a 3. That's how he got to his 3 points. 3 for free. He was a plus 12 in 13 minutes in a game that they lost by 2 on a buzzer beater from Giannis. Johnny Furphy, difference maker. He looks so much bigger too. It's awesome. Jingles copped the did not play coach's decision in Brooklyn. Makes sense. Same with Dante with his shoulder injury against Houston. But the tough one, I guess, for me was watching Portland play without Duop. It's like, get Duop out there against the Lakers. He can shut down Ayton. So he copped the did not play coach's decision. No Matisse Thybulle dressed for this one either. He's obviously still, managing the coming back from the rehabbing his injury. So hopefully he's all good. But that's it there. All right, should we do a bit of a game day ball or game day Twitter check-in from Patty Mills? I think we should. Let's bloody do it. What do we got here, Patty? Have we got anything from Patty of late? No, but we do have the Josh Giddey story. That was a good one. The flexing, relaxing, looking pretty good, looking pretty tough. And I think Jock also had one too. Nothing new from Patty. No. There was a good Jock one, though. The baby. There you go. There was his birthday spread, too, the other day. That's good. But I think we had a story the other day about him and the babes. That's pretty nice. Sharing the misso's shot of them just hanging out, watching him. That's cute, isn't it? All right. Let's do some game previews for tomorrow. Game previews. Game previews. Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? Yeah, not bad. Chilling after a big, awesome weekend. Remember, you can find all of our daily NBA picks over at Dabble. Use the code NBA Straya. You can sign up using the link in our show description or in our socials bio as well, if that's your thing. But you can track all the stuff that we do. We're at 53% for the season so far against the spread, so it's not too bad. Had a rough, day or two last week where we just got killed, but we've got our multis and same gamers up there as well, so check that out if that's your thing. If not, you can just buy us a coffee. Appreciate you either way. Tell them NBA Straya sent you. Use that code NBA Straya. Right. Tomorrow we've got Milwaukee on a back-to-back heading to Toronto. I actually don't mind the Raptors in this. Their size up against Giannis, he could probably kill him, but they might be able to cover everybody else. Let's go the Raptors minus 3.5. Just, they feel like a different dinosaur up there in the frozen north, don't they? Toronto's barely frozen, but still. Orlando go to Atlanta. Fascinating game. Atlanta have looked a little bit I don't want to say better without Trae Young, but also better without Trae Young. I'm going to go Orlando minus 4.5, though. They've gotten into a little bit of a groove. I think they might be a little bit too good for the Hawks, even in Georgia. Philly go to Chicago. How good is this? Maxey and VJ up against our man Giddey up. I'm going to take the Sixers plus 2.5. feel like they can get into a bit of a track meet with the Bulls. But Chicago, I mean, look, they are sticking with teams. I think this might be a really, really tough one for the Bulls, though. Just, I don't know, the sense of belief that Philly are playing with at the minute. Like, the Bulls already have beaten the Pistons, the Magic, the Hawks, and the Knicks. If this is another East scalp that they can take, like, that's awesome. But with Jared McCain now probable, maybe playing, I think that just gives them another weapon off the bench. Don't mind it. Philly underdogs. I'm going to take Philly plus 2.5. New Orleans host Charlotte, and the New Orleans Pelicans are favorites. That's pretty good. Pretty interesting. The New Orleans Pelicans have also not won a game yet this year. I am going to take the 0-6 Pels minus 2.5. I think they're too good and too big for Charlotte. At least they should be. Am I right? But if Zion's playing, I'm taking the Pels. Phoenix go to Golden State. Now, Phoenix have actually shown us a little bit the last couple of days. They're 3-4. They've won 2 on the trot. They've beaten the Spurs and the Jazz. Now, the Spurs win was pretty impressive. They really limited Wemby. Something was just going on. I don't know why Wemby wasn't able to score double-digit points. It was very strange. The Suns, I don't know, in Golden State, they'll probably lose this. But I think they'll keep this close. The defense of the Warriors should be a little bit better. Booker probably keeps him in it. Let's go Phoenix plus 10.5 in Golden State. Golden State to win. And then finally, OKC against the Clippers. Ooh, boy. OKC, the only unbeaten team left in the NBA. Still 7-0. It's going to be a tougher ask against the Clippers, but the Clippers are now on a back-to-back. Yes, you're at home. I'm going to take the deep OKC. Hartenstein against his old team. SGA against his old team. Bit of revenge. Let's go the Thunder. Then on Thursday, got a big slate Thursday. So that was all NBA Cup games as well, I think, tomorrow, which is kind of cool. So let's go. We'll get some sick courts. It's going to be fun. On Thursday, we've got Philly at Cleveland. I'll take the Cavs in that with Philly on a back-to-back. Detroit hosting Utah. We'll go the Pistons. Brooklyn at Indy. That'll be a Pacers win. Brooklyn might get up there. Indy, though, I don't know. They're just so tough. Washington at Boston, Celtics again there. Knicks hosting Minnesota. Ooh, boy, I'll take the Knicks. Houston at Memphis. Still go the Rockets. Pelicans at Dallas. The Mavs will win that. Miami at Denver. Ooh-wee. 2023 NBA Finals rematch. I'm going to take the Nugs. San Antonio. Go to the Lakers. I'll take the Spurs. OKC, Portland. OKC on a back-to-back. They might cop their first loss up there against Portland. And Golden State in Sacramento. Also on a back-to-back. No love lost there, but we'll have all those picks up on Dabble for Thursday morning. We'll do the usual morning video as well, so you'll see all that against the spread. And then we'll do a show Thursday night. Good? Great. That'll be the power ranking show as well that we'll do each week. So, I don't know. There you go. You can find all of our picks over at Dabble. Use that code NBA Straya. Jump on the links in the socials and in the show description. But that's kind of it. Let us know what you think about the new format. Sort of during the Sunday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night. So you've sort of got one for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. And trying to give them, a little bit more, not so much about what's happening that exact day. I'll probably try to, as we go deeper into the season, build out some more overarching stuff that we can talk about through year nars, just to give these even more legs. So you can sort of, buzz through the game wraps and what happened in that day. That's a small section. And the rest of it sort of more, macro NBA gear. What do you reckon? I reckon that serves a good, Jim. Yeah, all right. Good. Send through your NARS, all that sort of stuff. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, YouTube. Jump in the comments. Please check out the YouTube because we do, when we're not doing the big show on Sunday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night, we are still doing the small videos on YouTube each other day, right? So on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday arvos, you'll still see the recap of that day pop up. 5-10 minute video on YouTube. Go check it out. You can also get around the NBA Supercoach and NFL Supercoach stuff that we do on Jim Does Supercoach. That's a fun feed. Just lots of Supercoach. NBA Supercoach is absolute chaos. So I hope you're all over it. Hope you're listening to that show. Check it out on YouTube as well. Get around NFL Australia with myself and Gaz. We just put that one up for today for week 9 wrap. Gaz and I chopping it up. Follow all of those shows. Give us a rating. Give us a review. Come on, it's 2025. You know what to do when it comes to shows. Rate, review, star. Jump in the comments, say good day, send us some DMs, ask your NRs in the comments, whatever you're going to do, help your mate Jim out. You can also buy us a coffee. That's the other big one, obviously. So You can find that link in our social bios and in our show description too. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song. They rule. So to House Hats, Joshua Delarentis, Fascinator, Gold Mines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Sex Jedi, Green, and Dozers. Thereby and all the tunes you hear. Support them on all of your favorite streaming platforms. NBA Australia Sports Train Band, so should you. All right, we're going to close out today's show with a Delhi review, which will be fun. And then we'll catch you on Thursday night, you dickheads. We'll see you on YouTube tomorrow, but either way, should be right. There's NBA Australia saying, look after yourselves, would ya? And later, ho. Oi, 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 how the fuck is? It's your old mate Dally over here just swinging by. And I got to tell you, I've just, sort of came back down to Melbourne. Can't believe I got booed by the old fucking United fans. What's going on there, man? Just like fucking bullshit, eh? You give your heart, your soul, take a team to the finals and shit like that, and just like, then you get booed. What the fuck's going on there? But anyway, like the cool thing was, I get to sort of hang around. Went and saw Oasis and shit like that. It's pretty cool. Like 2 days, gonna be the day where I'm gonna throw up. It just reminded me like fanging around my old best mate Pluggers, fucking lowered VS, HSV, fucking all the way around the back streets of Maryborough, fanging out, doing burnouts in the Mitre 10 car park and shit. Like listening to Oasis, fucking punching durries, sinking tins. Like, just those are the days, Just fucking awesome. Anyway, but for the pop culture review for this week, like, I don't know, have you noticed, like, there's a new, like, the misso's really into, like, her procedurals and shit. And so she really got me into slow horses. Like, have you seen that one? It's, like, got that funny old prick, Gary Oldman's, and he's funny as, man. Like, so, like, he's just, like, this fucking grumpy old prick, and they're, like, spies and shit, like, for, like, Britain. And you're like, fucking, yeah, cool, man. And so, like, there's a new season of that. No spoilers or nothing. And you're, like, sort of watching this one. I'm like, this isn't fucking as good as the other ones. And like the misso, she's like fucking, yeah, nah, it's not, is it? So, I don't know. It still gets like 16 out of 10 Delhi ones from me. Like, but I could have been a bit fucking better, I guess. All right, there you go. That's it for this week. We'll catch you next time. Don't fucking boo me, you pricks. Later, fuckers. Delhi out.